In the last video, we talked about chromosomes, the largest unit of our genetic information storage. However, that leaves us many questions. What is in the chromosomes, and what is their significance to our lives? To answer this question, we will go down in size and look inside the chromosome. This video will be about genes and alleles. First, what is a gene? In simple terms, a gene is a section of genetic information that encodes a certain protein. These proteins then go on to become parts of your body. An analogy I often use for genes and chromosomes is a cookbook. A cookbook contains instructions on how to make a meal and certain foods. Thus, the cookbook is the chromosome. You read the instructions, the lines inside the book. Thus, the instructions are the genes. The meal you create after reading and applying the instructions is the protein. Genes are significant because they contain information to create the structures in our body. You often hear about cancer and mutations creating deadly diseases because cancer and mutations affect the genes. Because we need genes to maintain our body, errors in our genes can be life-threatening. Reports show that around 0.19% of the population get cancer. Cancer is due to faulty genes that are not detected by the body. This causes abnormal cells to form, called cancer cells. Cancer cells affect our health and can cause death. However, you should not worry. Over many years, our bodies have evolved mechanisms to detect, repair, and destroy errors in our genes. To be fair, this system is highly efficient in keeping us healthy. To summarize, genes are instructions to create proteins inside our chromosomes. Genes are important for our body because they are the code to creating healthy body structures. Errors in genes can lead to diseases, but our body has methods of repairing genes. Then, are all of our genes the same? If so, why are we different? To answer this question, we have to understand that there are different versions of the same gene. Think of hair color. Why are some people's hair color black, blonde, red, and many more? This variation is due to our differences within the gene for hair color. Each version of the same gene is called an allele. Generally speaking, alleles are different versions of the same gene. Same genes have same locations on the chromosome pair. However, not all alleles are created equal. Some alleles are dominant and some alleles are recessive. A dominant allele means that it is always expressed if it is present. A recessive allele means that the allele is only expressed when there are no dominant allele present. The difference between dominant and recessive is not always black and white. There are situations of codominance, such as with our blood type AB, where both A and B alleles are dominant and expressed. Then there are situations of partial dominance, where the dominant and recessive allele mix to create a breed between the two. Take a look at this infographic. You can see two highlighted lines that are at the same location on the chromosome pair. These two highlighted lines are called alleles. The significance of alleles is in the field of genetics. Alleles are used for research to identify traits, diseases, and inheritance patterns in living organisms. Dominance between alleles are also important. Many genetic diseases are caused by recessive alleles that are only expressed when there are no dominant alleles. Look at this chart on Mendelian inheritance. You can see that in the parent generation, that the mother is dominant homozygous, meaning that she has 2 dominant alleles. The father is recessive homozygous, meaning that he has 2 recessive alleles. When they create children, their children is 100% a mix between dominant and recessive alleles. This is called heterozygous. Hetero meaning 2, zygous referring to the zygote or the combination between the sperm and the egg. When 2 heterozygous persons breed, they create their children generation that has a genetic makeup of 25% dominant homozygous, 50% heterozygous, and 25% recessive heterozygous. Of course, this Mendelian inheritance is a topic for another video, but I just wanted to give you, an introduction to that. We also know that we receive 1 allele from each of our parents. Thus, if both parents have a recessive allele disease, chances are that children might receive the genetic disease. This is the basis for modern genetic screening, and it helps many parents to find out if their child will have a genetic disease or not. This informs them to make the correct decision. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.